The urban exploring, or urbex community, is active around the globe. Regardless of the obvious and hidden dangers of the sport, these adventurers seek out abandoned, hard-to-reach, or otherwise off-limits parts of cities and structures that the general public do not have access to. Each person has their own motivations for pursuing this unique hobby, but they all seem to have one thing in common: they are fearless. These explorers do not always follow the letter of the law, but whether they do or not, they almost always have a camera on them to film their adventures. As expected, things do not always go as planned. Although risking a fall or exposure to dangerous materials is all in a day's fun, even the most brave and seasoned explorers can find themselves trapped in a terrifying situation they could never have anticipated. Here are 5 creepy videos filmed by urban explorers. Hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy. Inside the Costa Concordia. Not every creepy video has a spectre lurking in the background. The Costa Concordia is an example of just how unsettling an abandoned wreck can be, especially if you consider its backstory. The Costa Concordia was a luxury cruise liner with a checkered past. At the Concordia's christening ceremony, the champagne bottle meant to be smashed on its hull didn't break, signifying bad luck. The ship had a minor run-in with a dog in 2008, but ended her career in disaster on January the 13th, 2012, when its captain steered her aground outside of Tuscany in Italy, ultimately destroying the ship and killing 32 people. The coward captain, Francesco Schettino, abandoned ship before ensuring the safety of his crew and passengers, leaving terrified people to fend for themselves as the ship settled on her side, half submerged and stranded. The wreck sat rotting for 5 years while a salvage plan was organised, but not completed until 2017. This urban explorer broke into the wreck in 2015 and filmed the ship as it's never been seen before. Watching while knowing people paid thousands of dollars to have the trip of a lifetime, or were just everyday people trying to make a living, only to end up trapped and die on the ship due to gross incompetence is chilling, and you can feel the presence of lost souls just beyond the camera frame. Take a look at the footage. Exploration of a family home frozen in time. There are thousands of abandoned house exploration videos online, with images ranging from mundane to supposedly terrifying, but some of them are truly creepy. Oftentimes, people have broken into abandoned structures and left graffiti, destroyed property, or even set up hoaxes with faked blood and gore to scare off future explorers. This video is very different. It features a large, old home in which everything seems to have just set down for a moment, as if the inhabitants have just stepped away, but sadly never returned. Take a look. Nothing indicates that the video is being filmed in 2016. It's like the explorers walked into the past. What happened to the people living in this house, filled with collectibles and memories? We'll likely never find out. YouTube commenter discovers a ghost in a Dan Bal video. Dan Bal is a very well-known YouTuber who is acclaimed for his content, amassing almost 500,000 subscribers on his channel. He specialises in urban exploration, especially dead malls and motels, and has an active and attentive fanbase. While during a visit to an abandoned 19th century landmark in Baltimore, Many of Dan's viewers reported seeing a shadow figure whilst he was exploring the creepy location. Take a look. Dan said he didn't notice it until the video was uploaded, and to this day, we have no idea what was following him as he investigated. What do you think it could have been? A trick of the eye, a homeless person who lives inside the building, or something paranormal? All three of those possibilities are equally terrifying. Urban Explorer is chased out by an unknown presence. Abandoned Steve is another well-known YouTuber for their fearless explorations of old buildings of any sort. It is to be expected that after a while, you might develop a tolerance to fear. Steve's encounter in this video goes to show you should always be on guard when exploring. There is always someone watching, and your presence could be making them very angry. It might be best to ask for permission first, and turn tail at the first sign of unfriendliness, or this could happen. The North Brother Island. North Brother Island sits in the East River in New York City, and we've talked about it a couple of times on this channel. It currently operates as a bird sanctuary. The island was uninhabited until 1885, when it became the site of a quarantine hospital. The hospital once housed Mary Ballon, otherwise known as Typhoid Mary, until she died in 1938. In 1904, the island was the site of a steamship wreck that killed over 1,000 people. The island also housed World War II veterans, was an adolescent rehabilitation facility, and was considered as an extension of Rikers prison. The island is now completely uninhabited and 100% off limits to visitors. This makes it an extremely desirable destination for urban explorers, and this video shows the many layers of haunted history the island holds, and is a rare glimpse into this American landmark. Take a look for yourself. So that's 5 creepy videos filmed by urban explorers, some of which possibly contain ghosts, and others that just show the creepiness that comes with urban exploring,